Hey guys, welcome to Flat Top King. Hey, today is all about the new Weber 22-inch Traveler Griddle. If you guys want to see this review, here we go. Alrighty, so as the title read, this is a huge announcement. I'm not going to wait to the end of the video. We're just going to flat out and say it now. The Flat Top King and family will be at a campsite near you. That's right. So instead of going on a massive vacation or a big vacation for like a week or something like that, we decided with the kids' schedule and a way to kind of relate to you guys that we're going to break it up and we're going to travel the Southeast to different campgrounds, different events, different festivals, different like cabins slash campgrounds slash RV slash tenting, and experience what it's like to travel with a smaller unit, like a smaller griddle. That's why we're doing it today, the 22-inch Weber Traveler Griddle. We have had tons of communication back and forth about basically what it's like to cook on a smaller griddle. We have tons of people that do camping, tons of people that do RVing, tons of people that maybe have just a smaller griddle just for their house. It's hard for me to create something unless I live that experience. So that's what this summer is going to be all about. Relating to you guys one-on-one, what it's like to go behind the scenes with like refrigerator storage space, how to produce great food while camping. Some recipes are going to be easy. Some recipes are going to be thought of. So it's just going to be a fun experience. Not every video is going to be posted like back to back to back. It's going to be more about like just the experience overall in the summer. But make sure you be on the lookout because we're going to hang this bad boy up with pride. Some people think it's dumb, and I think it's fantastic. If you see us at a campground where you're at, absolutely stop by, say hi. We'd love to have you. We are on the base of the Smoky Mountains. For most people that don't know, we're from East Tennessee. The Smoky Mountains, Gatlinburg, Sevierville is like the most visited national park. And because of that, there's so much travel that goes up there, we thought it'd be a great way to relate to you guys. So we're gonna be taking the Weber, we're gonna be taking the Blackstone, and we're gonna be taking the Pit Boss battery operated portable smoker. If you guys are interested, we actually have another YouTube channel called Pellets and Pits. We'd love for you guys to subscribe because this is what camping is all about, right? Portable units, small units. And of course, if you guys are interested in this, we will be filming videos on that channel as well. So I don't necessarily know what configuration I'm gonna do on our first experience. Probably the Weber, just because it's a little bit more easier for me to do on my first trip because it's the way it's seasoned. But other than that, we're gonna have a fantastic experience. Cannot wait to do it. We're gonna be going like back and forth. We'll be at our home base to be able to cook regular videos as well. Now that we got that big announcement out of the way, back to what we're here for, the 22-inch Weber Traveler. Full disclosure, we filmed this video yesterday and I completely messed up. It's 100% my fault, so that's just how it goes. I assumed, which is my fault, that it could take a 20-pound tank. I hooked up the hose, bought another hose and hooked it up, and then when I was seasoning it, I was looking at the manual. It says don't use a 20-pound tank, use a 1-pound cylinder. So we scratched that whole video. So let's fast forward. Right now we have it on. We have seasoned the griddle already. That was during the seasoning process. So even though this looks extremely similar to the slate, nowhere in the instructions does it say, or the information, that it's rust resistant like the slate. It actually says you should season it 2 to 3 times. We season it 3 times. So let's just go around because I've actually got it on right now on low because I wanted to see how long on low it would just stay on low. Just the features, not many of them. You got a hinged hood that you're not allowed to use while the griddle is in operation. I'm sure you could close it for a few seconds if you needed to. One thing I like about it is the hood is extremely easy to take off. You literally take the pin out, and I'm gonna be doing that today. It's got a front grease trap right here. You guys see my mess from yesterday. And it's got your propane cylinder holder right here. If you guys have any recommendations, I bought a 2-pack for like what, $9.97 at Walmart, $9.98.
Yeah.
Yep. So Walmart for a 2-pack. It's got a 2-burner configuration. Once this griddle cools down at the end of the video, I can show you what the inside looks like. And then other than that, it's got 4 wheels, or not 4 wheels. It's got 4 legs, and you literally just adjust your legs, and that can level your griddle for you. Because I know that campsites and or tables are always notorious for being unlevel, and it's got 4 options for you to do that. One thing that we're showing today is the Weber table. It basically collapses and it's about that thick. So what happens is these shelves right here fold in, your legs fold in on each other, and it's extremely small. But once you expand the tables, Then look how much work surface you have. It's got a little handy loop right here. Everything locks in. It's extremely secure. I love the table. For what we're doing and how excited I am for what's coming up, I think the table's a no-brainer. This griddle has been on with a 1 pound tank ever since, like even before we started the video. So it's been on at least 15 minutes. So just to give you an idea of the rundown, we're gonna do 2 lines, okay? So the 2 lines here is 400, 330, 304, 314, 300, 300. So what that tells me is there's obviously a hot spot right here. That's what we learned yesterday during the seasoning process. Just throw some eggs down because it's been on low the whole time. It seemed like roughly 300-ish is a good temperature for eggs. Because if you guys are on our website, theflattopking.com, we got a griddle temperature guide. It's free. Just sign up with your email and you get it for free. And it shows you all the temperatures that we recommend when griddle cooking. So since the griddle's close to that temp, let's throw some eggs down. First things first, I always use butter with eggs. It's just my go-to, so I'm just gonna do a round spot right there. Just seeing if our seasoning took yesterday. We did 3 rounds. Oh yeah, you can tell how it spreads. See how the eggs kind of go that way? You can tell it's a good seasoning because they're not sticking to the griddle. See how the butter's reacting a little bit harder? That means this side of the griddle's hotter, which is what our temp gun showed. One thing I want to mention, and we learned this yesterday, was you got to be very careful. This is warm, but this whole black container around here that houses it is extremely hot. It's like a wind protection, so that's an advantage. But this bad boy is hot. I'm telling you, it's hot to the touch. You got to be careful.
Yeah, when you look at it, there doesn't seem to be much space where wind can get in.
Right. And these vents right here allow that heat to escape, but this whole unit encased is hot. Season those eggs up, a little salt and pepper, a little butter. I can tell you right now, these eggs are flawless. 400, 334, 300. So you got a 100-degree difference between the right side and the left side. Now, since it's a 2-burner system, I could always turn this griddle up a little bit, but you know me, I like to keep both knobs, or all 4 knobs, on an equal playing field, because that's how you get your true temperature. If I start adjusting the temperature, then that has a chance to have more flame, which the bleed over is going to raise this side up. So let's keep everything even for today. Looking good for eggs so far. Test 1 passed. All right, we've had the griddle hovering around like 322, 288, 287. So what that tells us is it's not hot enough on low to be able to cook pancakes. We got to jack that temperature up a little bit. So looking at like about a medium low. Our target temperature is about 375. So this one, the left burner seems to run a little bit cooler than the right one. So I'm gonna bump it up just a little bit more than the right one. Next up on the list are homemade buttermilk pancakes. Obviously that recipe is available at theflattopking.com. So we got your sour cream, your eggs, your vanilla, your oil, your milk, and then we got your flour, salt, baking soda, baking powder. I like to give it about 10 minutes to set up. Oh, it's got vinegar in it too. So whisk your wet. Add the dry on the wet. Don't over mix this. A couple clumps are fine. And you'll see right away the consistency you're working with. This consistency right here is going to give you what we call thick and fluffy pancakes. See that? So you're just going to cut it in. All those air pockets, that's good right there. See your batter, how it fluffs up? That's that chemical reaction. Oh, we got to put oil on the griddle. So this is a 2 tablespoon scoop, so roughly 4 tablespoons per pancake. We're going to surprise the girls, throw some chocolate chips in there because they got all excited knowing that we're going to go on these trips. So just kind of a way to kick off the summer for them. And if you're new to the channel, really the reason why we do this is because anytime we debut a new griddle, we like to do a big breakfast. you can't really do a huge breakfast on a small griddle. So we're just gonna throw the pancakes down, some eggs, kind of give you guys a look at like hot spots and stuff like that.
Starting the summer off right with a little chocolate for breakfast.
Breakfast of champions.
It's a lot of pancakes on that griddle, honey. You got room to flip?
Big pancakes on little griddle. Yeah, that's exactly what our thermometer was showing us, that down here is going to be a hot spot. No doubt about it. The reason why I left those top ones up there, because during my gun shooting and all that stuff, the thermometer, I thought that up here was shooting like a lower temp than down here. So it just makes sense. You might want to flip those last. Obviously the hot spots here, pretty much even across the board. I think the top of it's pretty light. After this, we'll throw the toast down to get it completely covered. And we will probably have to adjust the temps a little bit. We'll see what happens. Yesterday, we actually did the bread test. So I know exactly how it's going to happen. The problem was, if we kept it on low, it never got hot enough to actually toast bread. I think it actually dried out bread. So what I've done now, I've had both burners adjusted to medium. Okay, that's the only way I can get it done. But then that way, at least you're on an even setting, and hopefully the griddle will show you the true temperatures. That's the best I can do.
Now, truth be told, we meant to mix the chocolate chips into the batter, but we forgot. And then we didn't want to over mix the batter. So we do recommend that you mix it in.
It's super good, Dad.
Yeah, I hear you. You'd suck up to Dad regardless. As long as you get chocolate chip pancakes, Dad's the best. All right, 411, 386, and 382. And then your hot spot down here is like 480. I do like the fact that the griddle, whichever way it comes, I think it comes maybe seasoned, but they recommend seasoning it. I do like the surface of the griddle. I do think for camping it'd be a fantastic, what do you call it?
Surface.
Yeah, I do.
So you want to tell them a little bit about our trips?
Yeah, so we're hopefully, we'll probably stay in the southeast because it's drivable with the girls' busy schedule, us coming back and forth. Like I said, we'll be filming on the patio as well. Basically, it's just we'll show like a vlog style. We'll show what the community is about, some of the activities around, showcase the campgrounds or the facilities that we're at, along with obviously the cooking experience, everything from inside of whatever facility we're in, be it an RV, yurt, a bubble, a dome, cabin, pretty popular. So we'll show all that and just have a fantastic time. I think it's more about the real things that go on. Alrighty, about 8 minutes later, I can actually smell some of the toast burning, so we're just going to flip it. Yeah. That's that hot spot right there I was talking about. And there's those cool zones I was talking about with the pancakes. See how that bread's lighter?
Oh, that's the grease. I was like, wait a second. Yeah. That's how I make toast.
All right, I wouldn't be alarmed by this side being dark. Remember, you're on a medium heat. Typically do this on low. So, I mean, maybe I could have done a low medium. But what it does is just shows you like the light color is where your griddle's lower in temp. And then the dark color, obviously this zone right here is going to be your hot spot. Just a simple representation of playing with the griddle before you got to that campsite, before you start cooking on it, just to show you your hot and cold spots. It's not rocket science. It's not supposed to be perfect. It's just a visual idea. All right, next, I'm just going to turn the griddle up on high and then see what the max is. Since we're dealing with 1 pound tanks, I'm not going to sit here and burn unnecessary propane. It's been about 8 or 10 minutes. So just shooting like, we'll shoot the 2 lines. I'll show it so you guys can see it. 575, 580, 475, 455, 445, 450, 450. So that top line's pretty even. And then down here is your hot spot. And it's at like 550. So that just gives you the idea, what you're playing around with and all that stuff. So Just want to iterate, if there's any advice you guys can give us, especially for the experienced RVs, campers, and stuff like that, just comment below and say like, hey, don't forget this. I think we probably have the stuff that I've thought about mentally, but there's always going to be something that we didn't think about. So if you guys want to comment below, help us out so we don't look foolish or embarrassed while we're out there like, oh, I forgot this and that. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to press that subscribe button, pound the notification button, share it with your friends. Peace. Coming to a campground near you.